Can't think of anything else to talk about, so I am going to go once again back into my past and explain. This time I'm going to go to my history with special effects because I used to be really into making special effects with videos. And I still sort of like it a little bit, but I haven't really done anything serious. I only did serious stuff when I was like 12 or 13. But anyways, this story goes way, 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 way back to, I guess, to like the year 2000 or so, when for some reason or another, I think my younger brother had asked for it, but our parents got us this camera. I think I've mentioned it in this podcast before, but it's called the Intel Play. It's basically this blue vertical stick kind of thing that has a camera on top, and it has a trigger on it. You pull the trigger and hold down to record. And then once you record stuff, you plug it into your computer via USB, and then you can import those videos into a video editor called Intel Play. I believe I use that to make anime music videos as well. But anyways, you could do that. And then after that, you could edit your clips together. You could add music to them. They had a bunch of stock music that I didn't even recognize was actually referencing stuff. Like there was this stock music called Romance that went da 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 da, and I didn't realize because I hadn't seen it that it was a kind of like a rip-off of Titanic, or like that thing where they do it slightly off, but it's not. It's sort of still kind of sounds like Titanic. That's what it was. And there was one that was the Mission Impossible theme, like dun 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 dun. Except it was slightly different, so it wasn't copyright. There was no copyright issues. But anyways, there was music that you could add. You could add, and there were also these really, really dumb-looking special effects, but it was cool. You could add explosion effects. You could add like an alien walking across the side of the screen, looking at the camera, and then like they're very specific special effects. Like you can't really do much with them, and we weren't really creative. Well, I guess we weren't really creative with kids. We didn't try to think about how to use them. There was like a special effect stuff, like a disco ball coming down and then like spinning around, and there was like a bunch of other special, like there's this laser shooting special effect, but it was like only a one-time thing that you could ever use because it shoots a laser across the screen like this. It goes choo, choo, choo. So like I don't know how you would ever use that for anything but someone shooting 3 times. Choo, choo, choo. Why not just make it one laser so you can shoot it multiple times? Like, and you can choose when you shoot. I mean, like, why make it 3? I don't know. But whatever. There were a bunch of cool and funny special effects that we used. But my brother Nick, he wanted to do better special effects than that. And we've been watching this show. Like, my parents had just gotten Dish Network, and so we had access to all these really cool channels like Tech TV, and that's the only one I remember, Tech TV. Where sometimes they would have these shows on TV where they show how they make special effects, and like look at this. If you zoom in on something, then it looks bigger. That's how they make the monster films. Blah 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 blah. That kind of thing. So my brother really wanted to get into special effects, and so he went searching. And actually, he wanted to do lightsabers. Star Wars lightsabers. So he went searching online for some way to do, to make Star Wars lightsabers work. And actually, oh my God, this actually goes into multiple different directions. So he actually found this one website called, I think it still exists. It was one of those, the Tripod, was it called? That was like, the web host was called like tripod.com or something like that, where you could just like put like a small website. It was like the oh man, I can't remember the names of those websites, but one of them was tripod.com, I think, and you could like just make your own website at that website. It's like Weebly nowadays, I think, does that. But whatever. He found this website where these guys, these dudes, made this movie called The Curse of Darth Maul, and they made lightsaber special effects. And to do that, they actually used Adobe Photoshop or Adobe After Effects or something like that. But we were actually really excited about how cool. Like it was like they Man, I'm going to tell this story instead of my special effects story. Okay, so there was this video. They made The Curse of Darth Maul, and they released it in parts. But we had come to this website, like, when it was dying, and, like, there weren't, like, not all the links worked. And this was in 2002, so I don't know how long this website had been in existence. But we came to this website, and, like, the movie was split into parts. And the first three parts, you could download those. But then the last three parts you couldn't do anything. Like the links didn't work, and so like, and it like kind of cut off. Like the movie was basically this kid or this teenager or whatever. He buys a bunch of Darth Maul action figures, and then one of them possesses him and turns him into Darth Maul, and then he starts acting like a Jedi and getting force powers and stuff, and then he fights his. It's one of those stupid movies, stupid whatever, like kid plots that a kid would come up with, right? But anyways, we there was like a cliffhanger at the end of the third part, and we couldn't. There was no way to download the other part. There was no way to get it, and but that story actually has a good ending because eventually, my brother, he was sick and tired of not being able to get it, and he contacted them. Like they had email addresses, and he tried every single one of their email addresses. And one of the guys actually answered, and he actually got in contact with them. And my dad was a web host, owned a web hosting company at one point. So we offered to host his videos, and he was like, "Yeah, cool, we could do that." But not only were we able to host his videos, he actually sent us a DVD copy of The Curse of Darth Maul, and we were able to watch it, and like it had menus and it had like a cover. It was really cool. It was really cool and really nice. It had like a PG rating. The following video was rated PG by me or whatever. And it was great. It was fun. It was cool, and we got to watch that finally. But anyways, that is a side tangent. Nick was looking for how to make lightsaber special effects, and he couldn't. And he found that. He found The Curse of Darth Maul. But The Curse of Darth Maul, they used Adobe After Effects. And Adobe After Effects was like $500. And our parents were not going to buy like a program for $500. So he went elsewhere. And then he found this website, which at the time it was called AlamDV2.com. Because it was for a program called AlamDV2, which allowed you to make lightsaber special effects. And this program was only $70. So he begged my parents to buy it, and they bought it for him. And then, like, he experimented with it for a little bit, how to make special effects. And this website, AlamDV2.com, was like a YouTube before YouTube. Like, there were tons of people uploading MOV files. Like, the quality was, like, horrendous, right? Because everybody at this point, it was like 50-50. 50% of people had dial-up. We had dial-up when we first went on there. And so, like, it took forever to download videos, even if they were, like, just, like, small 516K videos, that it was just, like, took a ridiculously long time to download stuff. But anyways, you could go to this website to also get like tips and tricks on how to get special effects and stuff. But anyways, Nick bought that program and he used it for a little while. But then I think he kind of got bored of it. Like he's kind of the kind of person who will start something and then do something and then get bored of it and then move on and do something else. And then like I kind of like took that program and like went a little bit farther with it than he was. Like I started experimenting with the special effects. We tried to shoot some videos. I tried to add special effects to videos. You could add more special effects than just lightsabers. I remember I did do a lightsaber fight where I made a purple saber for one dude and the other whatever. But I tried to do that, and yeah, I just, it was really fun making special effects. There was this one special effect where you had like, there was like a missile shooting away from the camera. I used that to like, and then made it go off and do an explosion as someone tried to dodge, as like my cousin, we shot him like trying to dodge something, like, and it was a really good shot. It was actually a really good effects shot because he mimed it perfectly, like that he was dodging away, backing away from it, backing to the side. And so like I was able to get this, and then the missile flew off away from the camera and then exploded on the street, and it looked really cool. And there was also one where like, my cousin was really, really into Dragon Ball Z, and I was really, really into Dragon Ball Z too at the same time because he was my cousin, he was older than me, I looked up to him, and I wanted to be into the stuff that he was into, and also Dragon Ball Z is cool, and everybody was into it. But whatever, he wanted to make like this Dragon Ball Z fight, and so like he shot him and my younger brother Nick again. They were sitting on the deck, and then like they said like, man, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. There's nothing to do. And then he says, I know something we can do. And then he like puts his hand down like like he's powering up like an energy beam or something, and then like yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And then and then Nick goes out into the yard, and then he shoots beams at him, and then Nick keeps on trying to dodge them. And so I added these special effects to that. I added all of the special effects to that and made it look cool. At least it looked cool to me back then. There were even these particle effects that you could add because there were trees in our backyard. So you could add these particle effects, and I made it look like the trees were getting hit and the particles were flying off the trees. It looked cool at the time. I'm sure if I looked at it today, it would be awful looking. But yeah, that was cool. And I feel like I did a horrible job describing that. But that's pretty much my special effects history. I didn't really do too much with it either. I got out of it a little bit after my brother Nick got out of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I think, having done that as a kid, I feel a lot more capable of video editing and adding special effects, like just cheesy special effects or whatever, to videos. Like, I feel like I could do it very easily. And I think that when you do something as a kid, you just feel a lot more confidence when it comes to your ability to do it as an adult. Like, you just feel like I could do that. I could do that easily. I've done it before, and I could do it. Because, I don't know, something about that. But anyways, that is the story for today, and I'm glad that it lasted as long as it did, because it's 11 minutes and 47 seconds, which is definitely long enough. See you guys next time.